What is going on, guys? It's Johnny here and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 things that I wish I knew when I first started at the gym. So let's get straight to it. The first thing that I wish that I knew before I walked into the gym is that form is everything. You need to just focus on your form as opposed to how much weight you can lift. Because I know that when I started at the gym, I first went in there and I just wanted to pick up the heaviest weight that I could do the exercise with. And it was terrible form. I was swinging all over the place. Like, let's take biceps for an example. I go in and I start doing the dumbbell curls, and instead of holding a good form with a good contraction and actually working the muscle, I was just picking up, say, a 16 kilo and just swinging it around like that to try and get it up. Now, that is not what you want to do at all. When you're doing the movements, to ensure that you're not going to get injured and you're going to build muscle correctly, you want to focus on the movement. You want to make a mind-muscle connection. So a little tip that might help you guys with this is we'll use bicep curls again for this exercise. So drop the weight down to something you could easily do 15 reps with comfortably with no swing. To try this out, you could potentially stand against the wall with your triceps hard against it and use the weight just coming up and down, and that'll give you a rough idea of the weight that you should be using. So a good exercise for mind-muscle connection to ensure that you're using the correct form as well and activating the muscle is to just tap the bicep as you do the movement, because it gets your brain thinking about the muscle that's being activated as you do it. I know with some exercises this won't really work, but at the end of the day, form is absolutely everything. Just lower that weight and focus on using the right techniques for lifting, and you won't get injured. You'll see more muscle development and you'll just have a better overall workout. The second thing that I wish that I knew when I started at the gym is how to diet correctly. So no matter what your goal is at the gym, if you're going there to lose weight, add size, or just main gain, counting calories is your best option to ensure that you reach your goals at optimum levels. So using an app like MyFitnessPal will really benefit you. On MyFitnessPal, it's very easy to count your calories because they have an option where you can just scan your barcodes and it gives you the rundown of the macros and the micros for that particular meal that you're having. Some of them you have to add yourself. However, it's still a great guideline to be using. It also has its own calculator built into it, so it can give you a rough idea of the amount of calories that you need to consume each day to achieve your goals as well. So it's definitely something that's great to have on your phone because it will always be in your back pocket to quickly scan something or write something down. If you're wanting to bulk, dirty bulking just is not the right thing to do as well. I did end up falling into that. Me, myself, I dirty bulked to try to get up to 100 kilos as quick as I possibly could. And did I get there? Yes, I got there. Did I look good? No, I did not look good at all. I was full of water. I'd put on a heck of a lot of unnecessary body fat, which just meant that when I had to do my next shred to try to lose all that weight for summer, it was an absolute nightmare. It took a lot longer than it should have, and it was just not a fun time at all. So one thing I can recommend, guys, is just make sure that you're tracking your calories because it will benefit you guys in the long run. The third thing that I wish I knew, which I sort of did know, but I didn't take it into much consideration, is that everything takes time. I cannot stress this enough. Everything takes time. To reach the physique that you want, it takes time. To get the amount of strength that you want, it takes time. Essentially, a lot of people will go running into things and they'll get frustrated, they'll get angry that they're not hitting their goals as quick as they thought. You're not gonna add 5 to 10 kilos in a month. I'm sorry, but it's just not gonna happen. It doesn't work like that. So what you guys need to do is you need to understand that little by little, even if your weight's going up or down 100 grams a week, depending on what your goal is, that's still enough. You may not think it's much, but it's still going in the right direction as opposed to absolutely blowing it out. Because if your goal is to lose weight and you're dropping kilos and kilos and kilos, you're gonna end up yo-yo dieting because you're just restricting your food way too much. So don't go as hard as you possibly can on restricting your diet, because I'll tell you now, after about a month of doing it, it can create lots of issues like going on a massive binge and you'll just put all the weight back on. Otherwise, the opposite can happen with people that are just trying to bulk. If you eat as much food as you possibly can, I know there's a big thing around there where people say eat big to get big, but it's not actually always the case. You need to eat a good range of foods You can't just go out and have McDonald's every single day to consume 6,000 plus calories on a consistent basis, because you will just add so much body fat that you do not want. So that's my advice for just taking it slow and steady to reach your goals. The fourth thing starting at the gym is do not waste all your money on supplements. Now I know the first thing everybody thinks when they start at the gym, they've gone for a week and now they want the protein powder. Protein powder is not too bad because you may want to have protein oats. So I do say that protein powder is definitely a good thing to have on the side. You don't need to have 10 shakes a day. You don't. You can get most of your protein from foods, but if it's something that you want to have like protein smoothies or protein oats, then I highly do recommend a good source of protein powder because it will benefit. However, you don't need to go out, you don't need to load up on the pump formula, a pre-workout, amino acids, you don't need that natural testosterone booster, you don't need the creatine, you don't need this, you don't need that, you don't need the fat burners. Like there's so many things at a supplement store that you just do not need as a beginner. Because at the end of the day, a supplement is to be supplemented. It's not just there to just take copious amounts of it and have as many different things as you possibly can, because it goes back to the previous topic, which is everything takes time. You're not going to achieve your results quicker just because you're spending X amount of money on supplements. It just doesn't work like that. You guys can just save your money for good food, to go out and have some fun with your friends. And that's the way that you should do it. The fifth thing on the list is to just have fun. Now I know it's pretty generic of me to say that, but honestly, there's a lot of people that go in there and they're not having fun in their first few years at the gym. And because that's all stemming back to all the previous things, they're stressed out that they're not gaining enough, or they're not happy with how they look. It's all about learning. You're there, you're starting off, just enjoy it, have a look around, see what other people are doing. You may see some exercises that they're doing that you may want to incorporate into your own thing. Just enjoy the whole process of being at the gym and just loving yourself and enjoying fitness altogether. And that sums up my top 5 things that I wish that I knew when I started at the gym, and hopefully this can benefit some of you guys as well if you're just starting there, or maybe you've already started there and you just wanted a little bit of guideline. So if it did help you at all, or it gave you a little bit of guidance or insight, then don't forget to hit the like button and drop a comment down below. I'm always interested to interact with you guys. And if you're new around here, hit the big red subscribe button for more content. Anyway guys, I appreciate you all and I'll see you next time.